Good day, my viewer. Thank you for logging in. Thank you for joining us in Pharmacist Corner. My name is Alex Mesheko. I'm a pharmacist. I'm your host. Thank you. Today we are talking about antibiotics. Previously we discussed about hypertension, diabetes. We talked about asthma. We spoke about ulcer. We discussed about malaria and typhoid, the things that people do that are not right about these sicknesses. So today we are discussing about antibiotics. Now, what is antibiotics anyway? Antibiotic, as the name implies, is antibacterial. Is a drug to kill microbes that are harmful to the body, and that is exactly what it's meant to do. And so in the absence of microbes in the body or infection in the body that is pathogenic, that is harmful, you don't need to use antibiotics. So let's break it down. People come to the pharmacy, they go to the clinic, and they say they need antibiotics because they are having cold, they are having catarrh. Those are caused by virus. And so antibiotics do not have any effect on virus. You don't need to use antibiotics for cold, for catarrh, even cough. Most of the cough are caused by virus, up to 80%, more than 80% of cough. That is, if it is caused by microbes, it's usually not a bacteria, it's rather a virus. And so antibiotics will not have any effect when you are treating cough. And that's why I advise people, instead of taking antibiotics, just boost your immunity, take your multivitamin, take your cod liver oil, and you'll be fine. Now, some people come again that I've just have unprotected sex, I need antibiotics. It's not necessary, because at that point you do not have an infection, and so using an antibiotics will not help in any way. And so you just need to take precaution. Whatever you have to do, make sure you take care of yourself, protect yourself. Don't depend on antibiotics after unprotected sex. Now again, some people, after giving birth to a child, they will come and say that they need to buy antibiotics, maybe like a drop for the child. It's not necessary at all. It's not necessary. So antibiotics is actually a prescription drug. Let's leave it at that. So you don't have to walk in and say you want to use antibiotics. And some, as we said previously, they want to use antibiotics even when they do not need it. When they are treating malaria, it's not necessary. When you treat malaria if there's a need for you to treat malaria anyway. But if you don't have to use an antibiotics when you are treating malaria. That's the point. And so let us be careful, because overuse of these antibiotics have actually led to a very big problem in our hands, where people need antibiotics, they are not sensitive to the available antibiotics. So we have a lot of antibiotics resistance. People who have gone through surgery, people who have a need to use antibiotics. By the time sensitivity test is done, you discover that for almost antibiotics on our shelf, they are resistant to it, and it's a big problem. It's a big problem. So we need to be careful. Please pass the message on. Let your mother, let your daddy, let your children, let the uncles, let everybody be aware of this fact that antibiotics is a prescription drug and it should be treated as such. Yes, if you come to the pharmacy and we do not give it to you, I know the distribution of drug is poor in this country. You go to a patent medicine store, you go to the shop there that is not even registered, you will get it. And you may get it too in some pharmacy, but the fact is that help yourself. Don't overlabor your kidney, don't overlabor your liver, because these drugs, they are poison, they are right. Because if you do not use it well, it's damaging your body. It's doing more harm than good. So please, let's be guided and do the. I hope the message I've just passed has been instructive. Let us do it right. Kindly share my video, subscribe, like my page. Let's get this message out, and let us determine to do the right thing at all times.